What up, fanatics? It's the A to the J, just doing what we do. Guys, I have been buzzing all week about this brand new, incredible being. Y'all notice I'm using a lot of B words? You'll understand why in a minute. That's going to be joining us today. I bring you somebody who my staff would not be quiet about. And as always, I don't like to spoil it. So let's just get them right on, okay? I bring you the one, the only, the Emperor of Awesome. Tell everybody who you are, where you are, and what you do.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show. And apparently I got a big head here. Let me move that camera down. My name is, I am the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome. I am Bradley Butin. I have a couple of podcasts that I do, and I am a children's book author. I've done a couple of kids' books as well. And just host a couple of games for the theater that I work in, which is also B&B as well.
Okay, I'm looking forward to getting into all that. But let me back up a little bit. Have you had an opportunity to check out our show?
Yes. I was actually just listening to it a little bit ago after when I was dropping my daughter off to school.
Okay. Any particular episode that stood out to you?
I was actually just listening to the newest one, actually, Reengage.
All right. Now that's that's one of our sponsors, which is Bridge Church. Right. We do get into sermons as well, but thank you so much for taking the time. We do appreciate that.
Yeah. I love I love hearing things to help me kind of like manifest a little bit better. And just kind of keep thinking positive, because I think that's, in this world, there's a lot of people that, straight to negativity. And I try to be the guy walking around giving everybody high fives, in this world. So
absolutely. We're all about positivity here. This podcast was started because I needed some positivity.
Yeah.
And it just grew into this beautiful monster where we realized everybody needed it. So since there's 10 billion people in the world at one point, we're going to try to tell 10 billion stories. That's our goal.
I love that.
I said I would stop when I've not interviewed everybody.
That's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. So let's take you back a little bit.
Yes.
We got multi-podcasts. Do you have any of the books available right now? Let's do some advertising for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got two books. I have one. My first book is called Leveling Up My Awesome. And that is on Amazon as well. And my second book is called The Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders. And
okay.
If you don't mind,
I got to hear that one.
Yeah, I think they both have a little story behind them. So, Leveling Up My Awesome, I was driving by my kid's school, and I just saw her just walking the fence by herself. After school, I picked her up, and I'm like, hey, I just saw you walking. Like, what was wrong? Did nobody want to play? She's like, no, nobody just want to do what I wanted to do. So, I mean, there wasn't like anything wrong. She was just totally content on just doing her own thing. And then I got to thinking, and I'm like, you know what? Leveling up my awesome. She was just leveling up her own awesome and doing those things, and turned it into a book, a little kid's book. You could read it in 5 minutes. I'm a stick person drawer, so I had to illustrate it with Canva, but it turned out pretty darn well. And I'm super, super happy about Leveling Up My Awesome. Now, Stuffed Animal Night Force, I wrote this years ago. And the whole premise of the Stuffed Animal Night Force is stuffed animals come alive in your dreams to ward off those bad dreams.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. And so I wrote it. And I'm like, okay, I need to get illustrated, because again, I can only draw stick figures, and not even those very well. And I finally found an illustrator, and she did it. I used Fiverr for that. And that book is also on Amazon. I have two more in that series that are written, that I'm just waiting for the right time to produce.
Okay, look at you, book George Lucas, setting them out on certain times. I like it. Okay. Well, here's the thing, though. Okay,
Mhm.
if you get a chance to listen to a few more episodes, particularly ones that I'm speaking,
Mhm.
right, you'll learn what we call as fan family.
Yes.
Okay, now have you had a chance to hear about that?
Yeah, I've listened to a couple episodes. Yes.
Okay, so you know that you've now become fan family at this point.
Yes.
So
And
that means that your books can now be offered in our store.
I love that. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
absolutely, absolutely. We try to help family as much as we can.
Yeah.
But here's what I really want to dive into. This is what I was biting at the bit about. Tell me about these podcasts. How do you run so many? We do two, and it's a lot. How do you run so many?
Oh man. So I had this idea, it's actually very similar to yours. And my idea, I am calling it the fandemic. Is like I wanted to talk to as many people about what they're fans of. And so I because I
That
would,
sounds familiar.
right? Great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
Because I would go through like my Facebook stuff, and I'm like, man, I haven't talked to this person forever. Wonder what they're doing, you know. And
Mhm.
one of my buddies I used to work with, him and I would always have these super. I'm a huge nerd, like Marvel, DC, all that stuff. I'm a huge nerd, and I'm like, we used to have all these cool talks, and I'm like, I need to bring him on, and it was like my third episode of the Fandemic, and I'm like, we got to talk Batman because Batman was his favorite character. And usually I was like 45-minute podcast. This thing went for like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Like, so obviously him and I had a lot to say. And
Mhm.
so that turned into my second show called Prevenge of the Nerds. And so we kind of just changed the what that is. So I have my one podcast where I did get kind of nerdy and I just talk to people I may or may not know about like the new uh, James Gunn or whatever. But then I also talk to
Mhm.
people that I don't know, like writer director Terrell Gerald with Harlow's Haunt in Florida. I've talked to some psychics, so just really getting to know people. And then on the
Okay.
other hand, I got my buddy that I do every week. We just nerd out, and him and we take a movie like Spaceballs, and then we for the prevenge part of it, we pitch our own idea of what led up to that movie, the movie
Okay.
Spaceballs.
I've
And
never
then
seen that movie.
you've never seen Spaceballs? Oh, Spaceballs
No.
is the one. It's one of the funniest movies that has ever been made.
Okay. Being a pure nerd myself of the Star Wars and Star Trek franchise,
Mhm.
I was always told that that was an insult to it, so I didn't watch it because of that. Was I incorrect?
I think so. I mean, I love Spaceballs. I mean, that Spaceballs is one of the most quotable movies, and I am a huge Star Wars fan. My daughter's name is Leia.
All right, all right. Now here's what's funny. Okay,
Mhm.
I am actually friends with Rick.
Really
Yes, and I've never. He's the one that told me that it's not, but I've never seen it.
nice, man. Yeah, I watched Spaceballs is one of those movies that I will watch at least a few times a year, especially when I'm feeling down. Spaceballs is the movie that I go to like, all right, man, I need to comb the desert. I need to take this into ludicrous speed. Like
Okay,
when I'm feeling unmotivated, when I get in those little slumps, I'm like, man, need to put it into ludicrous speed and get in there and do it. Uh, which
I guess I'm gonna have to check that out. That'll be my weekend assignment. I got you.
yes, yes, it absolutely should be. And just like the way that they do the things. I mean, you take space, you take Star Wars, and you take just something so silly like jamming the radars, and they're like, "Ooh, it's the blackberry jam. Only
Oh,
one
don't spoil it
person
for me. Wait,
dares."
you don't spoil it for me. Come on now, don't give me all the good stuff.
Oh man, the whole movie's good. The whole
Okay,
movie's good.
okay. Well, I
And
have a movie recommendation for you then.
yes,
Okay. Have you ever seen The Last Dragon?
I love The Last Dragon.
Guess
Man,
what?
mhm.
I can tell you something about that movie you did not know. And I
Do
know
tell.
you probably broke the movie down and everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you?
Have I wrote down the movie?
Have you broke it down yet?
Oh, no, no. It's
Okay.
on our list, actually. It's on our list. We're waiting for the
Okay.
right timing for The Last Dragon.
Well, you definitely got to do a Black History Month. That's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
And it's coming up on the 30th anniversary. You should roll that.
Oh, it is 30th anniversary?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be 40?
No, not quite. You're correct. 40. My bad. I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about me. Sorry. Thinking about my 30. My bad. But here's what I want you to know that your partner will not know, and you can hit him with. Ready?
Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
I'm in that movie.
You're in that movie. You're in The Last Dragon.
Yeah. I'm one of the little kids in The Last Dragon.
Dude.
You should have me on because I can tell you the backstage secrets that nobody else knew. I would love to be on that episode.
Oh, I'm gonna bring you on. You will be the only guest to ever grace Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, thank you. That would be really cool.
Yes, and I'll definitely bring you on to the Fandemic too. We can definitely nerd out about that as well.
Oh, absolutely. We probably get another 2.5 hours out of it.
You know what? I'm for that. That works for me.
Absolutely. But let's stop keeping it about me. Let's make it about you as usual. Because right now, right? I forgot we were recording for a few minutes. I'll be honest with you. That's when I know that it's authentic. That's when I know that you're being real. And I love that about all my guests.
Thank you.
Because you should be able to just have a conversation, which is what I Am a Fan has always been about. We're just having a conversation, about the things that we enjoy, about things that we're fans of, and we come to find out we're fans of each other, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And I've always said that if people just talk, you can find something common with everybody and anyone you talk to.
Yeah, I am the exact same way. I even stopped calling my episodes interviews. I'm like, these are conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I got a couple of questions I'm going to ask, but usually I'll get to one of them and then it just takes off.
We have never written a question down in this entire 300 episode series. We've never written a question down.
That is amazing.
Because I wanted to, just like, okay, so I don't know if you do this, right? Fanatics, you guys already know this, so I'm not giving any secrets away right now. You guys already know how we do. You've been with us long enough. We've had fanatics that have been with us since episode 1. Okay?
Wow.
So we've been very blessed, We get an average of about 5,000 listeners per episode in 50 plus countries. That's not bragging, it's just how it is. Okay?
That's leveling up. You're awesome.
When we started out, right, we were getting 2 countries consistently for about 25 episodes, 2 countries.
Wow.
And we were okay with that.
Yeah.
Because it was America and Ireland. That's all we were getting. Okay. On the 27th episode, I remember it like it was yesterday. I said a phrase that somehow went viral. And it's the simplest phrase, Brad. You ready?
I'm ready.
I said, I will let anyone come on this show to talk about anything. Test me. And it went viral. It became, AJ said, you can do anything on his show. Okay. And 300 plus episodes later, here we are.
That's awesome.
And I have literally talked to all walks of life. I've talked to doctors. We have race car drivers. I used to work in the entertainment industry, in security. I know famous people. I've asked my famous people not to come on. I want the everyday guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I want the guy that I spoke to at the grocery store 15 minutes ago.
That's where you find the best stories.
Oh, absolutely. And the stories I'm not going to hear. You're not on social media telling me them.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I make it a rule. I don't have a conversation with you, right? Like you met Kylie. Okay. My lovely assistant, and my staff. They will not get on camera. They will not speak. They will not say a word the entire time we're recording because they want us to remain anonymous. They won't even let me interview them. Have a conversation with them. They refuse to come on camera. They want to stay anonymous. They are professionals in their fields of what they do, but they took the time to volunteer for my show.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
And it just goes back to the power of a good conversation. Like I my job for work if I call it a living, I do marketing and events for the local movie theater, and it's a mile and a half away from my house. So
Nice.
I do videos and I host trivia nights and bingo nights. I created a clue game. I do an Uno tournament, and then I talk to people. That is the best thing. Like I talk like, hey, what movie are you going to? What do you like about it? Come find me afterwards. I want to hear all about it. And so I actually started like recording some of those. And man, I tell you what, I have fun. Look, I'll go and work. I will work my butt off for 8 hours or so. Last night I worked 11 hours because I had 90s music bingo last night, and
that must have been cool.
it was awesome. I had about 60 people show up, which is pretty darn good for the theater that wasn't designed for this sort of thing. Because we have a theater, arcade, a restaurant, bowling alley, all that. And I even did the Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy catwalk walk. Yeah. It got. I went there. I don't want to say assistant, but the young woman that was helping me out, Peyton, I renamed her to Tap, the totally awesome Peyton.
Nice.
But she took control of my phone, recorded it all. I think there might be more than one copy of that out there now.
You got to send it to us so we can air it, right?
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. Before we get too deep into the woods, because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Tell everybody they can find you on socials.
Yeah, so you could find me anywhere. I'm not really on Twitter very much, but you can find me on Facebook as on the Fandemic, or you can look me up as Bradley Butin. Say hi. You can find me also as the Emperor of Awesome on Facebook as well. That's kind of the persona I built for my job, where I put my live shows on the Facebook that are my podcast, and then you can also find me on TikTok at the Fandemic 1, and there I do podcast clips. Keep everything positive. I don't try not to get into negative things. I don't try not to comment things. If things get too negative, I just bow out.
All right. And as always, fanatics, we're gonna make sure we have all the socials listed on the description here, so we got you.
Awesome.
We're definitely gonna connect you to Mr. Awesome. I mean, come on, we got to.
Yeah.
Family.
We're
family now, so we gotta take care of him.
Right. I am a fan, and I am the Fandemic.
Absolutely. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the style of this show, right? We ask the questions nobody else will ask.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
But they get a little weird, Brad.
I dig weird.
Okay. Ready?
Give me a shovel. Let's dig it, man.
All right. How tall are you?
5 foot, about 5'9", maybe just a little bit under.
Shoe size?
9.5 or 10, depending on this on the brand. Like right now, I got my Hey Dudes, and they're 10s.
Okay, right-handed, left-handed.
Right-handed, but however, in certain things I'm ambidextrous. When I was in the military, I was in the Air Force, and I had to shoot. Right, I had to shoot right-handed. What's that?
Navy.
I mean, hey man, Chair Force worked for me, dude. One team.
I agree. Somebody had to push them buttons.
That's right.
See, you've been playing video games all your life. No wonder.
Yeah. I love the retro games. I'm not very good at multiplayer like Call of Duty, stuff like that. I am horrible at them. The only one I even sort of got into was Battlefront 2 because it was Star Wars, so I was going to put the hours in.
Okay.
But like Call of Duty stuff, I have them on my PlayStation Plus, but I don't even have them downloaded.
I'll make you feel a little better. Ready?
Yeah.
My 10-year-old smoked me and Miss Pac-Man.
So that's good for the 10-year-old right there. I mean, like, mad props. I have a 10-year-old as well. Leia's 10, my youngest, and she just found the awesomeness of WWE.
That's where I used to work. Yeah, yeah.
You're hitting
So,
me in the feels. You are hitting me in
so,
the feels, man.
so here we go. Here we go. Let's get back to you. Let's get back
Yes.
to your interesting dive in. All right. So we got shoe size. We have projectors at times. All right. Tell
Yeah.
me what you're the biggest fan of.
I am the biggest fan of my family. Above all else, man, it's what's good, what's best for the family.
Now you're hitting me in the feels.
My oldest daughter is 20. She lives in Seattle. She's going to college out there. Kendall Morgan, love you to death. You're kicking. You are making life. Can I say bitch?
Oh, absolutely.
You are making life your bitch, and I couldn't be more proud of you. I have a 13-year-old. She lives with her mom a couple hours away.
Okay.
But man, Candy, my ex-wife, you're awesome. Thank you for all you do. Anna, I'll see you in a couple days. Love you to death. Leia's my 10-year-old, and she is me.
Okay.
That
Okay.
kid. Woo, she gets the stubbornness. Yeah, but yeah, she's amazing. The force works in
Okay.
mysterious ways.
I hear a lot of women in your life. There's no testosterone.
No, there's not. No,
I'm concerned for you.
I know. I got a dog. But
Okay.
the dog is more my wife's. Kaylee,
Well,
yes,
you gotta
my
shout
wife
the
can.
wife. Wait, did you shout the wife out? Because I don't want you sleeping on the couch.
Yes, my wife, Kaylee, love of my life, love
Okay.
you to death. You make every day possible for me, and you let me
Okay.
be myself. You let me raise my nerd flag. You let me read my comic books, do my
Nice.
podcast. You let me do all the fun things that I want to do, and I love every
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. Now we're gonna take a couple of seconds break because we gotta pay some bills,
Awesome,
but hang out because we got more.
sweet.
And we're back.
Awesome.
Okay, okay. So let me try this. What kind of kid were you?
I depends on when. So growing up, I was really shy, skinny, got made fun of my 5th grade year. But I found
You
martial arts.
you
Yeah,
were shy.
I was shy. Um, I
When did
was,
that change?
and I've been in martial arts pretty much my entire life. I'm a 2nd-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I used to teach it, but Taekwondo was what gave me confidence that I try to
Okay.
instill in my kiddos. And then it was probably 7th or 8th grade. I just broke out of my shell. And then it was more or less, like I didn't care what other people thought about me. I was gonna be me.
Okay. Okay. See, I'm starting to think that we was twin separated at birth because I was the youngest boy,
Uh-huh.
4 boys and 1 girl behind me. I was severely bullied. I mean, for that, you guys know the story. We're not going to rehash.
Mm-hmm.
I was severely bullied, okay, by my brothers. Now, mind you, my brothers are 5'9", 6'3", 6'5", 7'4".
Hmm.
Okay, my sister is 6'1".
Man.
I'm 5'5", standing on books. Okay,
Yeah.
but what I found out that there was another 5'5" person, okay, who the entire world was awed about and afraid of. Know who that was?
Who was that?
Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And I said at 3 years old, I'm gonna be him. Don't nobody mess with him.
Yeah.
And my dream was to train with him. And what happened? He passed away when I was 3 years old. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But then I said, I can't let the dream die. So I'm still going to learn martial arts.
Mhm.
And I told my dad, I want to learn how to kick, is my exact words that I was told. That I want to learn how to kick. So my dad said, great. And he took me to martial arts school. And he left me there. I ain't seen him since. Still waiting on you, Dad. Still should come pick me up.
Uh,
So from there, I learned everything I could learn about that martial art.
mhm.
Tai Chi. Yeah, he took me to the first one he could find. Okay.
I don't think that. I mean, as a kid, yeah, but now I don't think so.
Oh, well, it gets better because
Mm.
I thought I was Billy Bad Booty knowing Tai Chi until I tried to use it. And when I realized I was moving a lot slower than I was getting punched, I needed something else. Okay. So then I decided to absorb every martial art I could find.
Mhm.
So now I know Tai Chi, Taekwondo, Sakuda,
Ooh,
okay, and Mushu. And I
wow,
can teach 3 out of the 4.
that's
Okay.
awesome.
Because I never grew, I figured I needed something to stop everybody who did.
Mm-hmm.
And as I learned more, I stopped fighting. I was like, I don't need to. Man, I know I could hurt you. And I'll tell them, look, everything is in my head. I've already took you apart 3 ways. Can we just walk away? Now, if you choose to engage in this, I'm gonna have somebody film from next show. That's all I'm gonna do. That's pretty
Yes,
much the way I work. You know?
and that's the right answer. That is the right answer. I mean, the one thing. I mean, the one thing that I don't think a lot of people understand about martial arts is the thing that I really liked about Taekwondo is anybody can join Taekwondo because, and you don't see it when you're a kid, but it's it's not how to defeat somebody physically. It's about how to defeat somebody mentally. And
Yeah.
that those are the lessons that I took into the military and what so when I was in the military in Spokane, Washington, for exercise, me and a buddy of mine, we found a kung fu place, right? Because Bruce Lee is one of my
Okay.
idols as well. And so we went to this kung fu place, and it was just they never really asked. You know, we paid whatever. We're military guys, whatever. We started going, and they offered me and my buddy club kung fu. Okay, where you
Okay.
learn more lethal moves and things like this. And it was we had to pay like an extra like $30 a month, and but we had to go in front of a panel.
Okay.
And so we go in front of this panel, and one of the instructors was like, if you were to be accepted, oh, I have to get serious for a second. if you if you and your if you were heading a platoon overseas and you were being attacked, and the only way to save them was to teach these moves, would you do it? Without hesitation, I'm like, absolutely. I'm going to teach my people whatever it takes to get them home alive. They were not going to let me into club kung fu because of that. Then after that, the very next week, we were sparring. And mind you, I have been doing kung fu maybe 2.5, 3 months. Okay.
Okay.
They had a red belt. And as sparring, I could tell he was agitated with me for whatever reason. I may have been talking a lot of smack, probably was talking smack. And
No.
I beat him. I embarrassed him. I was like, you're going to beat by a white belt? Oh, come on, man. And I mean, he was going hard. I put him down hard. And then, so I was pulled off to the side. Like, well, you're not, I actually heard this. You should not have known how to do that. And my response was, well, had you asked me if I had any other martial arts training, you would have found out that I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. And yeah, I know how to do that.
And that's it. That's it. Again, it's going back to having these conversations with people. It's going back to finding out who somebody is, rather than assuming because you see the way they look.
Yeah.
People look at me, and a lot of times I'll get this. Oh, he's just a nice young black man. Okay. First off, yes, I am African American. Secondly, I'm also Puerto Rican. Okay. Third, I heard everything you said in Spanish and I can answer you. Fourth, I know everything you say in Japanese. I mean, can we talk? It's like, seriously, you can't really do much that I'm not going to recognize,
Hmm.
but I'm not going to take everything you said and put it against me in regards to, oh, I can't believe you said that. Now I'm mad. What am I get mad for? That was your thoughts, not mine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just, oh my gosh, it's just people today, fanatics. You guys know this, but I feel I always need to iterate this every now and then. You guys know, okay? When you meet somebody, right, it's an opportunity to show them how awesome you are and learn how awesome they are. I'm using your words right now.
Yeah.
Because if you take them at their face value, you never get to read the story inside. Thereby, you can miss a great story. A lot of people, like, I'm also a comedian, and this is not one of my bits, but a lot of people will sit there and they will, oh, dating is terrible and I'm single because by choice. You're not single by choice. You haven't run into the person that you took the time to talk to. That's all it is.
Hmm.
Or you ran into the person, but you didn't give them the time to get to know you. That's why you're single.
Yeah. My brother, he's epileptic, and and because of that, he was in a really bad car accident, several 2002. And
Sorry.
after that, he was left epileptic, and he's got a kid who at 2 was diagnosed with leukemia. I mean, cards
Hmm.
not very good in my brother's hand.
Right.
And I do card magic. I'm a magician. I've been doing it for 20
We got to
years.
talk. I got a couple of magic tricks for you
Sweet.
that
And
I created.
what's that?
That I created.
Oh, see, I've never created any. I mean, I've altered a few, but I've never actually created any. So yes, I can't wait to hear that. But
That'll
anyways,
be awesome.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he's always going on because he can't get married or else he'd lose a lot of his benefits. And
Mm.
and so he's on the search for a forever partner. And he just
Hmm.
think he's it's his attitude more than anything else that's preventing him from finding it. And I keep trying to tell him that. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm doing this and doing this. He has this I call it the artist mentality, where everything has to be perfect. But it's the imperfections that you're looking for.
Okay. Okay. I see that. I see that. Okay. I like the way you put that though. The artist mentality. That's different. All right. I have to hold on to that one. Well,
Please.
Brad, let me tell you how we do this because we got to land this plane.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I want to thank you because I know this is not going to be our last conversation, but I want to thank you for joining the fan family.
Yes.
Okay. We know that you could have had spent your time doing anything else, and we don't take that lightly around here. Okay. That's a very precious commodity, and we appreciate you spending any of it with us.
Hmm.
All right. Want to let you know that anytime you have something to promote, your books, your podcast, whatever, right? Shoot it over to us. We will help you. Okay. Not a problem. We're going to charge you, but not a problem. Okay.
That's okay.
We also want to let you know that as of now, being fan family, okay, from the bottom of my heart, I am a fan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am a fan of yours too. This was so much
Absolutely.
fun. I loved our conversation.
I can't wait to come on yours and embarrass you.
Please do. Please. Yeah.
No problem. Get with Kylie and she will set something up for me.
Awesome. Will do.
You have a great one. Guys, I told y'all, and I tell y'all every single week, I bring you not just good people. I don't bring you just nice people. Today I brought you an awesome person. Okay. I bring you to people that everybody didn't think they should have, and they want the celebrities, and it's not. No, I'm gonna make somebody a celebrity. Everybody that comes across here, when you become family, you go on to your greatness, and we get to say we were a part of that. It's not so we can brag about it, it's so you can brag with us. That's what we do here, and I'm a fan. Y'all love one another. Be safe. Peace.